So what's the best style of camera bag? Well, we've got to kind of go, what's the best style of camera bag for you? Because we've all got completely different requirements. It might be that you just want to have a bag to basically put your camera kit together to be able to take on holiday, or if you're going on a business trip, or it might be that actually you want to go hiking for the day and you want a backpack that's going to be rugged and be with you as you're climbing up that mountain to get that beautiful landscape clip. We've all got completely different requirements of what we want a bag to do for us. The size of it, the amount of equipment we're going to be carrying, the type of equipment we're carrying, all comes into play here. And also styles. Some of us really like that kind of satchel, that messenger bag style. I really like that from a laptop bag that you can flip it open, you can get into it. And certainly when I was working with big bulky cameras and things, I used to love that style. Others really want that backpack to put it on, and maybe you'd wear a backpack normally if you were going out. So many things come into play here. So what about me? What's my story really with bags and equipment and things like that? Well, I've been a professional photographer for 17 years, and I've kind of gotten this bag to be about as small as I could get it down to. And typically, this is the equipment that I'm carrying around with me. Now, in the past, I've had wheel-along bags like this to carry a lot of equipment around, certainly if it's lighting and things like that that are included. This is about as small as I could get away with. And when you look at the size really, and it blows my mind to think how things have changed, this would probably have been typically the equipment that I was carrying around with me, plus some memory cards, batteries, things like that. Now, even if I was still working as a professional photographer, I shrunk all my equipment down. I moved across to mirrorless from these full frame cameras a few years back now. And so even when I compare the size of the equipment I've got, let me just show you the difference. So if that's basically the equipment that I had before, this is what it looks like now. Seriously, that camera performs equally as well as this one in tests and just playing with it as I have done. I love it. That 85mm lens is this 42.5, this tiny one on the front. Stunning results out of that. That's the equivalent of my 2470. That's the equivalent of my 7200, all 2.8. So honestly, that is equally as good as what I'm getting out of that. I know some of you photographers are going to go, oh no, not when you zoom it in, it's not going to do the same. I've had no complaints and I am totally happy with the setup. This lot is just sitting in a box these days. Okay, so that can come over to the side for a minute. I feel like a cookery show. And let's just see what the issue is when I'm trying to fit this in. And I'm not really using this lighting setup these days either. Again, I can get great results out of this, and the style of things I'm doing, probably not using this. So remember this compartment over here that had got one lens in it before? I could basically fit my camera and both lenses in that same space, and I've got all the rest of this bag. What am I supposed to do with it? Now, as an online coach, my requirements have changed anyway. So let's have a look at what I would typically be taking with me and backtrack from there. So we'll start with the camera. Typically, these lenses I probably wouldn't really use so much, certainly not a zoom one, but they're so small I would want to take them with me. The first bit of equipment that I would add to this would be my 20mm prime lens. I love this little lens on the front of the Panasonic. It's fantastic. It's the equivalent of about a 40mm, so fits nicely between that 35 and 50 range. Then for audio, typically I would just use a simple clip-on wireless microphone like this Rode Go. I would probably then, after that, be bringing in some memory cards, although a lot of what I would be doing would be recording straight into the computer. And to do that, we use this Camlink and a few cables just to connect this to my laptop. And so you're starting to get together here then a collection of items a little bit different to requirements that I'd got before with the camera kit. I'd also add in a few extra things like a power lead so that I don't have to worry about batteries. I think the last piece of this puzzle really of equipment that I'm taking with me would be a nifty little compact tripod like this. The other thing for me really at the minute is I'm probably not wanting to be able to access this while I'm traveling and out and about. This is more of a storage thing for me to be able to take to a location, set it all up in a hotel room or an office, open space, wherever it might be. So it is more that needing to have a bag that I can comfortably put this in. I want it to be secure while I'm traveling, and I do like things organized, nice little pockets, keeping things tidy. So I reckon this is about the best option for me. This is a bag that I've just picked up from K&F, and let's walk through and just show you quite why I like this and how it works really. The bulk of what we're talking about is going on around the back here in this compartment, and I do love that if I'm traveling and I'm on tubes and things like that, no one's really getting in from this side. Yes, there is a pocket in the side here, but it's limited as to what you can get to really. So let's open it up, see if we can fill it up with this equipment. So lots of options, but I love these little compartments that I've got down here to put my lenses into. Camera can tuck in under there. So actually the space on this side that you can access from the side of it rather than from the back, haven't actually got my essentials in there, which kind of goes against the purpose of it. The idea is that I can reach that camera without having to stop, but that's not really what I'm looking for. Got one more little lens that I can tuck in up there. All of these sections can come out as well, so I can tuck everything in. Mics, SD cards, and so actually I'm going to put my cables down this side because I don't really care if somebody nicks those. So everything is in there apart from the laptop. And there's a compartment right in the front of here that can slip into, and there's still a huge amount of space in the top of this for me to put jackets or other stuff I want to take with me, like more snacks. I've got little pockets in there. I can put pens, business cards, snacks. Does anyone still use business cards? So that all fits in, nice straps. You might even miss this part. There's actually right in the top of here another little one. No, not for more snacks. This one takes a bag that we can actually put over the whole thing. So if I did find myself out and got caught in the rain, I've actually just waterproofed my bag. Or if you don't want to use that, you can fill it with more snacks. Now, someone's going to spot, what about the tripod? Well, we can even get this in. I do love these little Manfrotto tripods. And the beauty with this one is I can really fold this one right down, and I could tuck one of the legs into there. And attach that to the side as easy as that. And actually that is pretty useful. There we go, it's on my back. Nice and comfortable, and yeah, I've put everything in. Now if you don't want to have a tripod, you could take this out, and actually this would serve really well to put a water bottle in there to take with you. Now in fairness, this isn't a new concept to me. This is the bag that I was using previously, and as you can see, it's just that bit bigger, and this one sadly is broken on me. So although this is a brand new bag and you're probably thinking he hasn't even used it yet, yes I have, absolutely, and for years I've been using this, even just for popping up to the coffee shop and things, laptop in, keeping a camera and stuff like that with me. But now I'm not needing a 15-inch laptop. I figured let's bring it down, let's update it. It needed to be replaced anyway, and we've gone for this smaller model. And the latest addition to my equipment is this small little Sony ZV-1. I absolutely love it, and I think this is really going to complement this equipment, that while I can take this setup here, I can actually have this one with me as well, and it's a fantastic little vlogging camera that I can use out like this, and just for B-roll and things as well. If I'm going away and I want to have this set up to be able to do a live stream and things, I don't necessarily want to be changing the settings and that around. I think this is a fantastic second camera to use, and that will easily fit in here as well, as you saw. So this is me, and actually I've just realized I didn't even show you this extra compartment in here. Again, you can put even more stuff in the front of that. So what do you think to this? Would this work for you? Why don't you tell me in the comments what bag you're using and why you've chosen it? Would it take this, or are you taking a whole load more kit away with you than this? For me, I think we've found just the right balance with this one. All right, thanks very much. See you in another video. The best option for me. It worked. Or if you don't want to use that, you can fill it with more snacks. You're wobbling too much.